Hey Tickies! Okay, today we are doing a mani inspired by Blake Lively's surfboard in the movie The Shallows. I really hope you like it. Let's get into it. So I'm going to start off by painting my two middle nails with two coats of Kester Black's Stone. It is such a beautiful polish. It's a very, very light grey. Now on my pinky and my index I have two coats of OPI's Alpine Snow, and that's going to serve as a base for a very bright neon polish. Of course, my next step is to do my cleanup. Of course, I'm again using my Royal Majestic brush and my non-acetone remover, details of which will be in the description box down below as per usual. Now, while we're doing this, I just wanted to talk about the movie itself. No, I haven't seen it because it doesn't come out here until August, but I really want to see it. The first shark movie I ever saw was Jaws, and it was a long time ago. And what that movie did for me is make sure that I stayed safe when I was in the ocean. In other words, I do not go above my knees. And I have never been bitten by a shark. So that's proof there that I have stayed safe. And I'm thinking this movie is going to help cement that idea and just bring me through to, you know, when I eventually die of old age and natural causes, as opposed to being bitten by a shark. I don't have anything against sharks. I think sharks are wonderful creatures. I think they are amazing creatures, but I also do not want to be eaten by one. I get really annoyed when people get bitten by sharks and then all of a sudden all of these people go out there and the governments of whatever decide that they have to go and kill the shark. However, how did they even know which shark it was? I don't get that. If you go into the ocean, you are taking your life into your own hands. If you get bitten, you cannot blame the shark because it was hungry. You can't. That's so unfair. I don't like that idea. Anyway, mini rant over. Sorry. Okay, so the next step is to do some lovely lime green. It's like a neon lime green down the sides, because I'm basically going off of the surfboard that she uses in the movie. I've just seen photos of it, obviously, and through the trailer and whatnot. And there's these green lines down both sides of the surfboard. So I'm going to be putting these green lines using a fine detail brush down the side of the board. Now the next step is to do the dark grey detailing, which is on the bottom. This design on this nail is the design that's on the bottom of the board, so underneath. And so there was these lines, and they're not exactly the same. They just aren't, because I'm not a robot. But I really love the smiley face design on the bottom of the board. So that's pretty much what inspired the whole mani in particular anyway. But I'm using acrylic craft paint to do all of this detail here. Now the smiley face is kind of a bit quirky. It's got like an X for one of its eyes and just like a line for the other eye, or a dash kind of thing. But I really loved this design. I don't know why. I really don't. Yeah, I don't. I just thought it was really cool. As I mentioned before, I have white on my pinky and my index, and I'm going to be using China Glaze's Celtic Sun, which is a neon yellow polish over both of those nails. And the reason why we put the white first is that it just makes sure that that yellow stands out really bright. So next I'm moving on to the middle nail, and I'm taking that lime green polish, which I forgot to mention what it was called before. It's China Glaze's Lime After Lime, and we're going to use the polish brush from that bottle, starting a little bit from the cuticle line and then bringing it down towards the tip, but we're not actually painting a full amount of polish onto this nail. We're just giving like an accent of this polish on the nail. And then what we're going to do is come in with some more of that dark grey acrylic craft paint and create these diagonal lines going across the nail. This design is my interpretation of what is on the top of the surfboard, so the bit that she stands on. It's just my interpretation. It's kind of loose. It's generally the same, but not at the same time. Like, yeah, this is my interpretation, or inspired by. You can see I'm trying to give this more of a distressed kind of feel. The image on the image of the surfboard that I found on Google Images has it's really hard to describe, but it's kind of like it looks like it's all scratched up, I guess is what you call it. So what I'm going to do in a moment is come back in with a little bit of white acrylic craft paint as well. As you can see, the grey paint that I'm using, you know, it's not uniform in color because I actually mixed it with it's just black and white paint mixed together, but just trying to get that general feel of that sort of scratched up, distressed sort of look for these lines. Yeah, I suggest maybe you go and have a look at the image on Google Images. I'm not putting it up here because I don't want to get flagged with copyright. I don't know if I would, but you know, why risk it? Don't want that to happen. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and seal it in with my favorite top coat. Of course, I'm using Seche as per usual. Then after that is completely dry, we're going to come in and mattify the whole thing. Now the matte polish I'm using is from I&M Nails. It's called Out the Door Matte Top Coat for nails. If I'm going to get really technical about it. But it's a lovely matte top coat. I really like this one. The reason why I put the Seche Vite over the top of the acrylic craft paint before mattifying it is that I know for absolute sure that the Seche Vite is not going to smudge my design, but the matte top coat or matte top coats have been known to smudge. So, you know, I didn't want to risk it, so that's why I do it that way. And that's it for this one. I really hope you liked it. I really love the design of the surfboard, and I really cannot wait to see this movie. I'm really excited. I like movies that make me frightened at the same time as I don't like being frightened. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, I really looking forward to seeing this movie. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, chickies. Oh, and thank you for subscribing, and thanks for that delicious thumbs up. Bye.